Partitioning and clustering. What is partitioning and clustering? Partitioning. Partitioning divides the table into segments or sections. Dividing a large table into smaller partitions improves performance and reduces costs by controlling the amount of data retrieved from a query. What is clustering? Clustering sorts the table based on user-defined columns. Clustering can also improve performance and reduce query costs. It can create a table by querying either a partition table or a non-partition table. So, without partition, we can say that full scan. The data is fully scanned. Let's see what it is. It occurs when the entire contents of a table are examined to satisfy a query. This is generally an operation to be avoided, especially on large tables, as it can be resource intensive and time consuming. Then the partitioning. Each partition acts as a separate unit, and when querying, Bigquery can skip reading partitions that don't contribute to the query result. Clustering. Rows with similar values for the clustering key are physically grouped together in the same block, making it more likely that related data is stored together. Clustering is particularly useful for reducing the amount of data that needs to be read during a query. Let's see how partitioning and clustering works. Let's see partitioning and clustering. Here I have a table employee. You can see the details here, which is having table which is having table info, then table expiration, data, location, etc. So you can see schema here, employee ID, first name, last name, email, everything. Then if you go here to check preview, you can see the employee ID, first name, last name, email, phone number, hiring date, job ID, salary, etc. Then let's query on it. Let me give here employee ID, then first name, then last name, then email, and here I'm using where clause, where hire date is let me give 2005-08-17. So now if we query this, you can see here only one data is given because that date is having only one field. So now we'll create another table with the same data and apply partition to it. Uh, Let's upload it. Let's browse the CSV file from the local. Here it is there, employees. So automatically it will take file format. Then let's give table name as with partition. We'll specify schema by adding fields. Let's give auto detect. So here in partitioning and clustering, we will select time unit partition. Because time unit partition is based on date, and let's select partitioning time as by day. So let's create the table. Let's give where class here. Let's create table. Let's delete it. Let's give auto detect. Create table. You can see with partition table here, and also you can find different icon for partitioned table. So we'll perform query on the same data and let's compare the performance of both the queries. So if I give run, it is giving this data. So Let's try to change date and see. Let's give this one 2007 621, 2007 621. Let's run it. You can see here it is taking less seconds. I mean, you can see query performance is significantly improved due to partitioning. It will process only partition data, whereas previous query performed scan on the whole table. You can see all the execution details here and execution graph, results, etc. So now we'll create another table. So now we'll create another table for applying clustering. So let's create table here. Create table. We'll upload the same file employee from our laptop. Let's browse. You can see file format is automatically detect. Let's give table name as clustered. Let's give auto detect. Then in partitioning and clustering setting, we'll provide column will provide clustering order as job ID. Let's create table. You can see table has been created here, clustered. So let's run the query. Let's give here as select star from table employee, where job ID as clerk. Let's run it. You can see in this job ID there are two employees whose name is Donald and another one is Douglas. So you can see their hiring date, phone number, job ID, salary, for email, first name, last name, employee ID, etc. So this is how clustering and partition works in BigQuery.